Hey there, I'm Charlotte Smith with rawmilkpro.com, your place for tips and ideas on how to produce amazing tasting raw milk, which is what we're going to talk about here today. One of the most common phone calls I receive is from producers who are having troubles producing off-tasting raw milk. They're getting complaints from customers, they're dumping milk, they're giving refunds, and they're getting really frustrated because they can't figure out what the problem is. And just remember that the only reason I can even offer solutions on this and talk about this is because I've produced off-tasting raw milk at some point or another. I've had to figure out what the problem is and remedy it. So I just want to share that with you. The key is to figure out what the problem is and find the solution and fix it right away before you get a reputation as a farm that's producing off-tasting raw milk, because that happens so quick. The most common call I get from producers is help with sour milk, milk that's souring within a few days of production, and that's due to lactic acid causing bacteria that are growing due to poor refrigeration, and this often happens because of your chilling methods in the barn, improper chilling methods you're using in the barn. So you need to figure out how you can get that milk on ice water so you get it chilled as quickly as possible. Another common complaint is milk that tastes like a cow. That is often due to dirty surroundings, your barn or your bedding is not being clean, or perhaps the udder is not being dried thoroughly after washing, so there's some bacteria in there causing that. So again, really clean barn area and dry off those udders really well. Another taste frequently in milk is a bitter taste, and that bitter has no smell, it's just a taste. This is caused again by bacteria in the milk. So again, you've got to clean your equipment thoroughly and dry those udders thoroughly. Very rarely is a bitter taste caused by something the animal ate. So the last thing would be to go look for certain weeds in your paddocks. The first thing is give your equipment a good scrubbing and dry your cow's udder off thoroughly. And lastly, salty milk is a real common problem, and that's due to a mastitic cow. So remember, the California mastitis test shows a positive when your cow is in full-blown mastitis. And there were probably several days leading up to that where your CMT looked clear, but your cow had really salty milk. And so often what I'll do if I suspect that is I will taste milk from each individual teat and figure out who the culprit is and start being able to treat it even before it ever shows signs of having mastitis on the CMT. As you can see from all these off tastes, there's a trend here, and that is that they are often due to equipment needing to be really cleaned really well, or your udders need to be washed and dried more thoroughly, or your chilling procedures in the barn need to be looked at and upgraded, and you need to make sure your cow is healthy. And the great news about those remedies is they are all manageable. They're all things you can take care of today. So the good news is we can fix these off tastes immediately. You just need to identify which one they are. Now I'd like you to go down below this video and share your genius in the comments below. What challenges have you had with off-tasting milk, and how did you fix that? And just remember, be encouraged. Everyone, if you produce raw milk long enough, you are going to produce all these flavors at some point. So give us some ideas on what you did to help that. See you in the comments below. That's where all the fun happens. And if you're a raw milk consumer, be sure to forward this video to your producer so they might get their own ideas on what they can do to make sure they have amazing tasting raw milk every single day.